Meet the gang, cause the boys are here, the boys to entertain you. With music and laughter to help you on your way, to raising the rafters with a hey, hey, hey. With songs and sketches and jokes old and new. With us about, you won't feel blue. So meet the gang, cause the boys are here, the boys to entertain you. B-O-B-O-Y-S, boys to entertain you.
Right, my lovely boys, move yourselves. I want this camp looking smart, smart, smart.
But Sergeant Major, the war's over. We won't be here much longer.
Yes, it's also pointless, Sergeant Major.
It's also pointless, Sergeant Major.
Let me tell you, Mr. Lardy-Dargan Graham, the only difference between the British Army and all that other military rabble is whitewash. It keeps you busy, and it keeps your quarters hygienic.
Quarters, I can understand. But why do we have to whitewash the trees outside?
Because by the nature of things, jungles is untidy. And like everything else in the British Army, they have to be made to toe the line. I always remember the picture we had at home. It was the Duke of Wellington winning the Battle of Waterloo. There was them British troops, covered in pie clay, which is what they used before they had modern inventions like whitewash. And them French troops, cowering, looking scruffy, and smelling of garlic.
If it was a picture, how could you tell they were smelling of garlic?
Because the Duke had an expression on his face, like there was a nasty smell up his nose, which is precisely what you was giving me at this moment, Gunner Sugden. So keep whitening that palm tree.
Where do you want their rocks, Sergeant Major?
What's the matter with you two?
Oh, we've just carried this lot half a mile from the river.
Tip 'em out, tip 'em out. They're not round enough. Take 'em back, get some more. Just a minute. Who did this?
I did it, Sergeant Major.
Well, can't you see it's not level? Another inch, Sugden.
Your fingers all white.
Get out of it!
You all ready, Sergeant Major?
Ready in a moment, sir.
Why are you wearing shorts, Ashford? The Brigadier always takes the mickey out of your knobbling ears. You know how it upsets you?
I don't care. I shall be ready for him this time. If he calls me Sparrow Legs, I shall call him Winnie the Pooh Tum.
Have you packed your pyjamas?
No, why?
Well, after that remark, you could end up under close arrest.
I never thought of that. I'd better go and change.
No, there isn't time.
All ready, sir? Now hear this. We will be back from GHQ at 1400 hours. While we is gone, you will spend the time weeding.
How do we know which is flowers and which is weed, Sergeant Major?
Everything in the jungle is weed.
Right. Carry on, chaps.
Yes, carry on.
Right, move those stones. Get those brushes going. I want this place gleaming, gleaming, gleaming. Come on, Lofty, give it plenty. All right, over there. Come on, then.
Gloria.
Yes.
They've gone.
Relax, everybody. Tea break. Hurry up, Mohammed.
Coming, sir. I have a special treat today. Victory cake.
This is appalling.
They're very nice buns up.
Oh, no. I was talking about the Sergeant Major.
Right. I thought things would be easier now the war's over. But old shut-up hasn't stopped once. Double guards, kit layouts, PT, pickets.
Oh, it's understandable, I suppose. His whole world's collapsed. Now the war's over, it's all he's got left to cling to. It's the last twitchings of a dying beast.
How long do you think it'll be before we get our demo?
Well, I've heard they're going to release up to Group 10 immediately. What group are you?
I'm Group 35.
I think we're all about the same.
Well, I'm in no hurry to go home. I hear the meat rations are only 1 and 2pence a week, and 2 ounces of butter, and 4 ounces of sugar.
Well, don't you want to get back to see your loved one?
Not if she's got nothing to cook.
What I miss most is my mum's roast potatoes. If I see another sweet potato, I'm going to scream.
Aye. I miss my mother's tatty scones.
The best thing my mum cooks is Yorkshire pudding.
Yeah, we have it first up our way, don't we, Lofty?
Of course.
First? What do you mean instead of melon or hors d'oeuvre? How extraordinary.
If times are hard, my mum serves it first instead of anything else.
What's the matter, Petal?
I haven't got a mum.
Well, I expect you miss fish and chips, eh?
Oh, yeah, I miss fish and chips. When I get home, I'm going to buy myself 2 6-penny pieces of cod and 3 whole penn'orth of chips all to myself.
Yeah, and a bottle of limeade to wash it down.
Won't that rather quarrel with the vinegar?
Subs, what am I going to do when you have all gone home?
You'll go back to India, won't you?
But who's going to buy my tea?
Well, there's bound to be someone around here to sell you tea to.
Oh, shut up, won't go. He loves it out here.
Yes, they'll probably have special camps full of sergeant majors who'll go around shouting at each other all day long and whitewashing things.
Excuse me, sir. Some of these people want to see man in charge.
Ask them what they want, Mohammed.
I'll do it, Gloria. Tis whiskey, Jimmy.
Our friend, the linguist.
तुम्हें क्या चाहिए?
हमको हमारा मकान चाहिए साहब.
Sab, these people live here. This person headman. Now war is over, they have come back home.
That's too bad, Jimmy, because we're living here now, eh? So sling your hook. Malum, scram!
No vacancies. Comprehende? You are all trespassers. This, WD property, King George. Take a powder.
We've no room. Sheer off.
Just a moment. Can you all stop behaving like barbarians for 1 minute? Don't you realise you're talking to human beings? This is their home. We're the trespassers.
But if we let them in, we'll end up sleeping in the jungle.
I think Padders is right. You can't let them sleep in the open air. Not with the girls and kids.
I've got an idea. If this lot move in, they'll have to move us out, back to base. Away from this rotten, stinking jungle.
And we'll sleep in decent beds. They might even have flush toilets.
Just imagine, flushed toilets. It's been so long since I've seen one, I forgot what they look like.
Ask them which one is their hut.
आपका मकान कौन सा है?
ये मकान मेरा है साहब.
You're making a big mistake, Gloria. Chuck him out now.
Sergeant Major's Basha is their house, sab.
Tell them to move in, make themselves at home.
No! Oh, shut up and go start raving mad. I mean, they'd kill us.
Hang about, fellas. Why don't we tell them to wait until the officers get back?
Good idea. Would you mind waiting here until the, the officers come back, you see, and then we will persuade them to let you stay. Won't we, fellas?
Oh, yeah, that's right.
ये बड़ा साहब से पूछेंगे, आप जरा इंतजार करें.
आप बड़े रहमदिल इंसान मालूम होते हैं. आपकी आंखों की चमक ऐसी है जैसे सूरज की किरण पहाड़ की चोटी के ऊपर से नजर आ रही हो.
He says, you are a man of great kindness, Gloria Saab. It shines from your eyes like the sun on a mountain top.
That's very nice.
Now, is there anything else?
Yes. Ask him, what time are they killing that goat?
What the hell do you think you're playing at, Johnny? How dare you stop an army vehicle on official business?
Excuse me, please, sir. I have a puncture. Will you give me a lift, please?
Shove off, Johnny.
Don't talk to me as though I was some damn native. I merely asked a civil question. Will you give me a lift?
Give you a lift? I should cocoa. For your information, Johnny, King's regulations clearly state that the British Army does not give lifts to civilians.
Oh, let me ask you a question. Would you give me a lift if I was British?
Well, if you was in uniform, yes.
That's only an excuse. Would you give me a lift if I was a British civilian?
If you was a British civilian, you would not be wearing that silly hat.
For your information, sir, all members of Congress party wear this hat, and I am damn proud of it. How dare you insult my party hat?
I am in a hurry. Move that bicycle.
I am perfectly entitled to have my bicycle in the road if I wish, sir. This is a public highway.
And I am perfectly entitled to push your face in.
Do you know who you're talking to, sir? My name is Kunwar Pulhara. I am the chief foreign affairs correspondent of the world-famous newspaper, the Calcutta Bugle.
Well, blow off.
How dare you touch my bicycle, sir? Damn British barbarian. Let me tell you, sir, I represent the power of the press, and the power of the press is not to be trifled with. You will hear more about this, I promise you. You damn British. Why don't you go away and leave the rest of the world to get on in peace? Quit India. Do you hear me, sir? I said quit India.
Hey, up, Gloria! Gloria! Gloria, he's back!
He's back! Quick, whitewash! Get whitewash!
Haven't you finished that whitewashing yet? What about all that weeding I asked you to do? Them stones is no... Oh, my dear. What's all that mess?
People, Sergeant Major.
Actually, Sergeant Major, they're the villagers who used to live here. They've come back home.
Him with the beard, he's your landlord.
Shut up and get them out!
They're perfectly entitled to be here, Sergeant Major. After all, it is their village.
After all, it is their village.
Let me tell you, Mr. Lardy-Dark on a Graham, as long as that flag's at the top of that pole, this is our village, they is trespassing, you get them out!
Isn't that a bit cruel, Sergeant Major? They've got nowhere to go.
Did you hear that? This boy is all heart. But you will find Gunner Parkins in real life. You have to be cruel to be kind. You see, these people, by nature, is ignorant. And idle. If we let them stay here, they won't bother to build a nice new village for themselves. So I is doing them a favor. Get out! Move yourself! Come on, outside! I can move yourself! Come on, let's have it. All natives out! I said all natives out. Come on, outside!
Sergeant Major, sir, don't you recognize me? I'm the Chawal. I work here.
Shut up!
It's unhuman. Those old folks and kids can't sleep out in the open air.
He's a cold-hearted monster.
And stay out, Mama dear. I want a double guard on that gate, all right? I said stay out. Now shut up!
Did I open the door, Sergeant Major?
Terribly sorry, sir. I thought it was natives.
What on earth's going on, Sergeant Major? Why are all those people out there?
Yeah, they're villagers, sir. They used to live here. They wants to come back. I told them the village was requisitioned.
But there are some old people and children out there. Can't we make room for them?
Oh, you let one in, sir. There'd be no end to it. I mean, we could be swamped by them.
Well, it is their village. Have you explained our situation?
Oh, in great detail, sir. Before I kicked them up the backside.
What on earth's going to happen to them?
Oh, perhaps they've got an aunt or somebody they could go and stay with.
Yes, better call them in, Sergeant Major.
Oh, don't you think this is a dangerous precedent?
This is an order.
Very well. Get them in, Bombardier.
Would you come this way, please? The colonel will see you now.
Sarkar, Malik, Hujur.
How'd you do?
Lovely weather, isn't it?
Do be quiet, Ashford. Now, who's in charge?
This person headman साहब.
Well, ask him if he knows of anyone he can stay with while we sort this out.
आप किसी के साथ थोड़ी दिन रह सकते हैं?
वहाँ पर कहीं नहीं रह सकते साहब.
No one, sir. He said this is their home and they want it back. They fed up. When war starts, the Japanese men come and say he will save them from British. Then he takes all their food and tell them to go. Then Japanese men run away and they return to village. Then British men come and say he will save them from Japanese. Then he takes all their food and tell them to go and come back when war is over. Now war is over, they have come back home.
A bit of a problem. What do you think, Ashford?
Well, sir, we could... It's a tricky one, sir.
Well, tell them to wait outside while we think about it.
Would you mind waiting outside? Won't keep you a minute.
The way I see it, sir, this village has been requisitioned by some top high-up army official. Now, if we de-requisitioned it over his head, we could end up in very hot water. Besides which, we won't have nowhere to sleep.
What do you think, Ashford?
There's a lot of force in what the Sergeant Major says, sir.
Yes. Well, we better leave them where they are. Now, you get on the radio to GHQ and tell them what's happening.
Sir.
Somebody else at the door. Up and down, up and down. Every minute. Yes?
Good afternoon. May I speak with whoever is in charge, please?
Follow me. Colonel Reynolds?
Yes?
Somebody here to see you.
Ah, hello. Can I help you?
I, sir, am Mr. Kunwar Kulhara, Foreign Affairs correspondent from the Calcutta Bugle. I have just been talking to those poor people outside. Is it true that you have driven them from their homes?
But we didn't actually drive them out, you see. What really...
Excuse me. I am talking to the organ grinder. I don't wish to have words with a monkey.
One more crack like that, now Jolly will give you a punch on the nose.
You damn British, always going around offering violence and behaving in a totally uncivilized manner. Be very careful, sir. Everything you say to me will be read by millions.
I don't care about your rotten rag. Publish and be damned.
No, steady on, Ashford. Look, we haven't actually turned anybody out, have we?
No, we haven't actually turned anybody out.
No, we just asked them to wait, pending instructions.
Oh, and how long will they have to wait? 5 minutes, 5 years? In the meanwhile, old people and children are exposed to the elements.
I couldn't get through on the radio, sir. There was too much on... You! What are you doing here? Get out!
Steady on, Sergeant Major. He's a reporter.
Don't you bother with him, sir. He's a troublemaker.
I will tell you how much of a troublemaker I am. I will return later on today. And if those poor people are not back in their houses, this whole sordid business will be exposed in every newspaper from Bombay to Singapore. Goodbye. Move it, Johnny.
I'll see him out.
You're damn serious, Ashford. We could find ourselves in the middle of an international incident. Sergeant Major, get back on that radio and don't come off it until you get through to GHQ.
Sir.
Now he's out of the way, Gloria, why not drop that hint about his basher?
Aye, old shut up will kick up such a stink, they'll have to find somewhere else for us.
Precisely.
Excuse me, sir.
Yep.
Maybe make a suggestion.
Yes, what is it?
Well, there's not many of them. Why don't we let them have their little house back?
Which is their little house? It's not the officer's basher, is it?
No, sir.
Oh, very good idea.
Is it yours?
No, it's not ours.
Is it,
Yes, sir.
I think perhaps you'd better tell Sergeant Major Ashford.
Wouldn't it be better coming from you, sir?
No.
Well, I won't tell him just now, because he's busy on the wireless.
My little wooden heart for you.
You know where to put it, Nobby.
I want you to know, Sergeant Major, I'm deeply grateful you volunteered to get out of your basher.
I did not volunteer, sir.
No, but you would have done if you'd known all the circumstances. And by doing this, you've been instrumental in avoiding what could have been a very nasty international incident. And I want to thank you personally.
That's the lot, Sergeant Major.
Just one thing, sir. Where is I sleeping?
Well, the Colonel and I have decided you can come in with us.
Thank you, sir. Right. Boys, move my gear into the officer's barn.
Half a minute. When Captain Ashford said inverness, he didn't actually mean inverness. Not in our bedroom. I mean, we couldn't have that, could we?
Oh, no, sir. We couldn't have that.
You mean on the veranda, sir?
Well, in a way, yes. Very nearly on the veranda. Dr. Clark, put his things very nearly on the veranda.
Very good, sir. Come on, Atlas. Okay, now, you're under.
You are home at last. Come on.
What the hell do you think you're doing, Johnny?
I am not talking to you. I am not even seeing you. Colonel, these poor people were outside, so I asked them to come here.
But there just isn't room.
Now listen, fellas, this is our chance. If they move into our basher, as well as those shut-ups, they'll have to find us somewhere else to go.
Are you sure you know what you're doing, Gloria?
Just leave it to me. Excuse me, sir. They can have our basho.
Shut up!
This man is obviously a humanitarian, not a tyrant like you.
Well, I don't mind. I mean, I know the army will find us somewhere else to go. Calcutta.
Colchester.
Shut up.
Don't you stop.
Well, I dare say you can move your stuff in the vicinity of our bastion.
Yes, sir. The sergeant major's very nearly on the veranda, and they could be not quite on the veranda.
Yes, well, tell them, will you please, Chawala?
Right, it's not quite on the veranda.
Right, well, we better get back to GHQ and sort things out. Now, don't antagonize this press fellow, will you? It's a very delicate situation.
But, sir, the whole thing is disintegrating into a complete chaotic situation.
Just do nothing till we get back. Just carry on as usual. Come along.
You have your instructions. I am making note of everything you say and do.
Right. The colonel said, carry on as usual. Get that in for PT. Move yourselves.
Sergeant Major, we haven't finished moving our
Shut up and get there. Move on.
You are harassing the villagers. I am writing it down.
Just one R in harassing.
Shut up!
Sergeant Major, I don't want to take my shirt off in front of all these people. They'll only laugh at me.
Yes, Sergeant Major, and I'm very sensitive too. I mean, I don't mind when we're all men together.
I've got nothing to be ashamed of, sir.
Shut up! We're talking about Chawala.
A fine pair of shoulders up.
Yes, well, I can't argue with that.
Hey, girls! Get a load of this!
And they export their disgusting torsos in front of these innocent maidens. I am writing it down.
Shut up. Breaking down for stride commence. Hop, two. Get over it, move it. Get them dogos out here, move it.
Now you are harassing the court. I am writing that down.
S08.
Get this speaking washing off. Move it out of the way.
Now you are harassing the washing. I am writing that down. That won't do you any good. I've still got it all in my head.
Shut up. What's he doing with my lovely whitewash?
He's painting it with mud. They don't want their pretty village to look like a dirty army camp.
Dirty army camp. Vandals. My lovely whitewash. My... Where did he get that flag?
He took it down. It was making the place look untidy.
Wait. That's it. Get your rifles and bayonets!
What for, Sergeant Major?
Shut up, that's an order. Fix bayonets!
Are you going to bayonet defenseless women and children? Brave soldier!
I'll show you what I'm going to do, Johnny.
You have done it now. Fired on defenseless civilians. The whole world will hear about it. I have written it all down in my head.
If you don't get out of here in 2 seconds, Johnny, you won't have no head. Move it.
Excuse me, Sergeant Major.
Shut up!
Don't you think you've rather overstepped the mark?
Macintosh, put that flag back where it belongs.
I haven't got the flag, Sergeant Major.
I think they took it with them.
Go and get it back!
There is no need. I have it here.
Where did you come from?
Through the back door.
Take your foreign hands off that flag.
With pleasure. And this is what I think of a flag that fires on defenseless women and children.
Right. You've done it now. You're under arrest for treason. Macintosh, Clark, grab him. No! Just grab his legs.
Sir.
Sundon, take his shoes off. Put him in a store hut.
Hey, Chaiwala, help me!
I'm sorry. I'm under contract to British Army.
Excuse me. I have the right to make one telephone call.
Shut up!
I
demand to see my solicitor.
You push your head through that hole once more, Johnny, and you'll party out of me round your shoulders.
There are no toilet facilities in here.
I'm waiting. Just once more, Johnny.
Sergeant Major's really cooked his goose this time.
Hey, I hope they don't keep us here for the court of inquiry.
You think you'll get into trouble, then?
Get into trouble? My dear Lofty, it'll be in every newspaper throughout the world. The press will have a field day. When they finish with the Sergeant Major, he'll make Attila the Hun look like Godfrey Wynne. I see the headlines now. British atrocities in Burma.
Hey, this could stop us from getting home. They could want us as witnesses.
We didn't see a thing, did we, fellas?
No. Oh, come on, fellas. I mean, surely the army will cover up for him.
Of course they won't. The establishment will use him as a scapegoat.
You mean he might go to prison?
And anybody that time!
What's he doing now?
Leave him alone, he'll play for hours.
Well, I feel sorry for him.
What are you talking about? He's made our life hell for the past year.
Well, I don't think it's fair a load of foreigners trying to ruin him. Now, if we pushed him over a cliff or something, that'll be different.
I've been bitten.
What are you on about? I never touched you.
I tell you, I've been bitten by a scorpion.
Pull the other leg, Johnny.
What do you think this is, you damn fool?
It is a scorpion. It's a small brown one, Sergeant Major. They're deadly.
Right. Get him out of there. Put him in the office, Barsha. And Charlie, get me some boiling water. Bombardier, get me a sharp knife. And, Graham, get me some field dressing.
Field dressing.
Oh, I'm worn out. I never thought I'd finish up as a removal man for a load of Burmese.
Oh, they didn't half have a lot of gear for us to carry.
Oh, that was a nice little village they built for themselves.
I reckon we did them a favour.
Oh, yes. They'd have never bothered if we hadn't chased them out at the point of a bayonet.
Well, let's let you off the hook, Sergeant Major. We're pleased to hear the reporter's out of hospital. He's not going to use the story. In fact, he's dropped the whole thing.
I should think so, sir. I saved his life.
You should be grateful to him. If he hadn't dropped the whole thing, you'd have been disgraced and humiliated.
What I had to do for him, sir, was humiliating enough.
I wouldn't call it humiliating. Brave, maybe. I must say, I wouldn't like to suck scorpion poison out of somebody's foot.
He didn't tread on that scorpion, sir. He sat on it.
The boys who entertain you. The music and laughter to help you on your way. To raising the rafters in the hey, hey, hey. The songs, the sketches, the jokes are in you. With us at last, you won't be blue. So meet the gang, cause the boys are here. The boys who entertain you. We are here to make you feel gay. So give us a cheer with the hey, hey, hey. Just gather around and put down your gun. With us about, there's plenty of fun. So meet the gang, cause the boys are here. The boys to entertain you.